In a world of fake news, we bring you up-to-the-minute factual inaccuracy and a heavy dose of moral truth. With your hosts, Kyle Mann and Ethan Nicole. This is the Babylon Bee. Fake news you can trust.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Babylon Bee podcast.
Whoa, hello.
This is a show where all the news is made up and the facts don't matter.
Well, we do weird news that's real.
Oh, that's true. So not all the news is made up.
But it all sounds like it is.
This was supposed to be a Whose Line Is It Anyway reference. And
oh, sorry.
You kind of ruined it.
We need to write scripts.
I did write that in the script. And you
did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I've never. Well, how long have you been doing this, writing the introduction?
A couple of times.
Really?
I'm your host, Kyle Mann, along with my partner in crime, Ethan Nicole. I'm Drew Carey. He's my Ryan Stiles or somebody. I don't know.
Who's Ryan? Is that this tall, skinny guy,
That's
Ryan
the tall,
Stiles?
Skinny guy. There aren't any.
Drew Carey's a short, fat guy.
Yeah, but I was trying to be the main host.
Oh, okay. You still want to be better than me. You deserve it because you wrote notes.
Did. I was trying to think of one of the guys was more of your body shape, but I couldn't think of any. I guess it is Drew Carey. So Drew Carey and.
We could be half and half each.
How could I? I don't look like any of them.
I'll be Ryan Carey and you can be Drew Stiles. We can both be weird abominations of the two men.
Like half of one of their faces glued together at the other.
One of us gets the top half, the other bottom half, and switch them.
Just be horrible.
Yeah.
Created by a mad scientist. Anyway, this is a show where we read Babylon Bee stories to bring you the news. I don't know. You could just read the website, but here we are. We're the guys who write a lot of it. And
yeah, just talk about it. We like
talk
to
about it.
Talk about it.
And it's fun. This episode might be a little bit shorter than normal because Ethan's about to go on vacation.
Time crunch.
Cool. Where are you guys going?
We're going to Big Sur. Up in I don't know where they got that name. It's pretty cool. It's kind of got a cool Big Sur.
That's one Big Sur.
Yeah, but it's Sur with a U, which could be a good pronoun.
What would the other version?
Yeah, I don't know.
See, sir. Yeah,
okay.
I guess Sue, sir. I don't know.
Sue, sir. Yeah, Sue and sir. Yeah, so we should just book through this.
Let's do it. We did want to mention our Babylon Bee best of book, The Sacred Texts of the Babylon Bee, will be out pretty soon, hopefully in the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Something like that. Yeah. Something.
And so you can pre-order it on shop.babylonbee.com, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and you're going to love it.
Yeah, just imagine like a giant golden-looking Bible full of Babylon Bee stories. With lots of brand new Photoshops.
Absolutely gorgeous. It's going to be
graphics
on your coffee table when you have women to your house to study the Bible. They will see it and be like, and they'll want to marry you right there.
And when your liberal friends come over and read it, they'll be totally owned.
They'll just explode and blood all over. So you might want to put some plastic sheeting all over the room before that happens. All right, let's go on to some stuff that's good.
But now, this week's edition of Stuff That's Good.
Well, I've been pretty restrained in my Stuff That's Good recommendations and not recommending board games every week. Because that's probably what I want to do. But I've been like, okay, some books, some shows, and I save it every, I don't know. I think I've only recommended one board game, possibly. I remember I recommended Codenames. I don't remember if I did any others. Anyway, I'm going to recommend Pandemic Hot Zone. It's part of the Pandemic family of games, which is very timely right now. But you go around and try to stop diseases from spreading all over the world.
Sounds kind of familiar.
What's great about it is that you can all play together and you play against the game. So this is like for families.
You're fighting disease together?
Yeah. So this is like for families that you play sorry and one of the kids gets all upset because he gets sent back home and he screams and flips the board. It doesn't happen in this game. Or if it does, you all lost together and you all flip the board together. We played this at the Babylon Bee retreat with some of the guys. It's awesome. It's the easiest, simplest, and shortest and cheapest of the Pandemic games. So they made it kind of as an intro version. So if you haven't played many modern board games, you've only ever played Sorry and Trouble, Pandemic Hot Zone is a great one to go with. It's like $20 at Target, and it's fantastic. So Pandemic Hot Zone. Check it out.
I want to recommend he's a good friend of mine. He's a Christian artist, and he's one of the most creative guys in comics that I know. His name's Jason Brubaker. He does a comic he did one called Remind. R-E is in capitals, then mind. I kind of never caught the meaning, but he has newer projects too. I know that he does. And I got to keep up better, but if you just search Jason Brubaker Remind, you'll find, or even just search him, you'll find a ton of amazing art. He basically does Kickstarters and just makes these beautiful books, and he sells directly to his audience. He worked at DreamWorks. He quit his job at DreamWorks and just moved out of LA to live a cheaper life. And he just makes these very authentic, beautiful, hardbound books from a Christian perspective, but they're very they're not like Christian bookstore books. They're very artistic and like well written and very creative, like beautiful, kind of a real wonder to them and stuff, and they're real unique. So
I'm looking at them right now. They look great.
See? So yeah, check those out. Support Jason Brubaker. He's a good guy too. There's a great podcast somewhere out there. Me and Doug Tenable did with him one time, and it was just really good.
All right. He was on your podcast?
No, we were on his.
Oh, we were on his podcast. Okay, gotcha. Cool. Jason Brubaker.
Brubaker.
The document says Bruback. I think someone typed a slash there. There we go. Brubaker.
Oh yeah. Oops. Sorry. Yeah.
Something happened. All right, let's go on to weird news.
This has been Stuff That's Good.
This news is weird.
Swarm of flying ants. Oh wait, these are real headlines. We didn't make these up. Swarm of flying ants spreads across London, Kent, and Sussex. Now the image is more what's funny here because they actually have a weather, see a cold front coming in.
Well, it looks like
it's a 50-mile swarm. That's not in the headline here. That's weird that it took it out because I used the headline that it gives you from the link. It's a massive. It looks like a storm front coming in from weather satellites picked it up because it's this many ants.
Sunday and Monday's sunny weather will give way to a high pressure ant front coming in over the Atlantic.
Yeah, so the things that we joke about sharks doing, like creating a tornado and flying in, like ants. Here, let me show you.
Flying ants. I like the little label.
Flying ants. Yeah, so we joke about sharks doing this, and ants just are doing it. Like they're creating their own weather storm.
Maybe they're refugees from the murder hornets.
Yeah, or it's a plague from God,
or something like that.
On the sins of our time.
Nothing would surprise me at this point.
Yeah, I could start raining frogs, and I'd be like, "Yep,
it's raining frogs." My son discovered Perry Grip's channel, and is just Taco Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like waffles? The whole deal.
Which son?
Huh?
Youngest?
The youngest, yeah. Man unearths witch bottle with teeth inside, but is urged to put it back.
I guess this guy is one of these guys that digs around trying to find interesting things.
So there's a home in the mid 1800s. The bottle was from around that time, and it had teeth, or a tooth, strands of human hair, a pincher beetle, and some urine.
And possibly some urine.
Possibly some urine.
They didn't do a full forensic analysis. But I guess they're afraid that it's a protection spell or something, and they're like, put it back, man. You're going to release the 50-mile ant swarm or whatever.
This is why. This is all tied together.
Yeah.
They didn't put back the witch bottle and the flying ants attacked. Sad.
Yeah.
Not good.
Frustrated in lockdown? Send your scream to Iceland. Wait, what? That's a dumb headline. But people are struggling with the events of this year. They're being invited to let off steam by recording their scream into their phone, send it to people in Iceland, and they'll play it over a loudspeaker in their giant mountainous, it's all echoey and dramatic out there. So like that Trump girl, the girl that screamed when Trump won, she could send herself and they could play it because that would, I guess, do you think somebody pays for this in real life?
I don't know. I do like this headline because I feel like an editor. Someone wrote it like, you can send your scream to Iceland, and the editor's like, no. We need people to click on this.
Yeah.
Frustrated in lockdown, send your scream to Iceland. He's like, no, I need something else.
Yeah. Wait, what?
And the guy's sitting there, and he's like crumpling up his bad ideas and throwing them over his shoulder. Oh, I know. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Record scratch.
What?
Did you see that? I don't know. Did we read it on the podcast? Japan's thing about screaming on roller coasters.
Mm-mm.
Did you see that? Like Japan's roller coasters, they're not allowing people to scream.
Oh yeah, what did it say?
Said,
it was
please scream inside your heart.
Scream inside your heart.
So you can either scream inside your heart or you can scream in Iceland, apparently. I don't know.
Imagine you could just like, I don't know. I want to do some kind of special effects thing where like I go like,
scream inside your heart right now, Ethan.
You zoom into my heart and you see that the Trump screaming.
Do it.
girl.
Let's see the. Go. Scream inside your heart now. Okay, and then we'll do it in post.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
you're
got
gonna be
extra
gone.
time because I'll be gone. So
Man throws 19 chopsticks into archery target for Guinness record.
yeah.
That's pretty impressive. It's hard to get a chopstick to sink into an archery target, yeah?
Yeah, I guess he got 20. And then one fell out before the minute. He has to stay in for a minute. But yeah, he said he thought it was gonna be pretty easy, but he said it was pretty hard, so that's crazy.
Guinness record seems so dubious to me.
Yeah, apparently this guy's won a whole bunch of Guinness records because they're just all really random stuff like this. It's like, oh, how many olives could you fit on a piece of hay?
I can respect like the guy who has picked up the biggest amount of weight or the guy who's run the fastest mile or something. That seems like an achievement that mankind just respects, It's something we get.
High-fived 30 gibbons within 5 minutes or something. Like it's just,
okay, come on. Like, aren't there people? So this guy
purely the randomness.
So does this guy have multiple Guinness records? Is that what you were saying?
That's what I remember reading.
So there are these guys that just try to get in the book by doing stupid stuff.
Yeah, because it's a fundraiser, I guess.
Well, I'm not gonna bash in a fundraiser.
He's to promote STEM education. I can't remember.
A noble goal.
He's he's broken more than 150 Guinness World Records to promote STEM education.
All right, well, good for him then.
So he does things like this where he like surf on a stink bug or something.
You keep balancing sausages on your head or whatever, and I support it.
Yeah, or like turn celery into nunchucks and keep it intact.
Ride a unicycle across the Pacific Ocean. No, that one would be hard. All right. You got the next? Oh, it's your turn.
I do. I lost my notes there.
It's about a seagull. More animal news. Oh, this is our first animal. No, this is our second animal.
Seagull rescued with face mask wrapped around its legs.
I was just thinking about this morning. I was trying to come up with some headline about how I walked through the grocery store parking lot and there's just masks and gloves.
Yeah, they're everywhere, right?
Like, so we have now decided humanity is more important than the environment.
Right?
Before they
it's
were
so
like,
funny. I mean,
you have to sacrifice everything for the environment.
The mask.
It's like if you really believe that humanity was this like scourge on the land, wouldn't you be like, nobody wear masks, everybody kiss each other?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, the overpopulation people should be the most excited about this whole
excited.
thing. Like, oh yeah, naturally you're gonna
I'm sure
bring down this population.
I'm sure some people said stuff like that and like, oh look, nature's healing and all this. But they're never the ones to go lick a doorknob.
Right.
They want you to lick the doorknob. I'm not licking the doorknob.
I saw I don't love it, but everything backfires. Like, oh wait, the plastic bags, we can't be doing the reusable plastic bags. Those things are filthy. That's disgusting. It just seems like all these little, all the little steps they're trying to take to fix the earth. Now we got masks out there killing seagulls. So,
Well, it didn't kill the seagull.
almost. If somebody hadn't shown up, probably.
So is he just hopping around?
I bet the guy that caught him, that found him, was a good American, blue collar, hardworking.
It was from England.
Oh. I didn't read it. I skimmed it. That was really bit. We had a lot going on yesterday. You had more than me. I was amazed at what you did.
Does your wife rescue animals when she sees them out? Like if you guys are driving?
My mom doesn't care about my mom. My wife doesn't care about animals.
We'll talk about that later.
There's issues there.
We'll be just driving, like hurtling down the freeway, and there'll be a dog, and my wife will go, "Stop!" Like
just walking around.
Yeah, like even if a dog like gets out and it's running on the shoulder or whatever, she's like, "Stop! We gotta get it."
So now if it's like legs are ran over.
No. It's just like it's a stray.
She's just walking around. She wants to save it. Huh. Yeah.
She has a big heart.
I don't think so. My wife grew up on a farm, so she's a little more callous.
She's like, let's shoot it.
Yeah.
Shoot the dog before
That'll
it
make
gets
some
hit.
good jerky.
Little cookie jerky.
All right.
That's
Stories
a
of the
reference
week.
to a different episode that hasn't come out yet. Cookie jerky. Remember? Cookie jerky.
My mind is shot.
Story show crossover episode.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I forgot that whole thing already.
The cookie jerky was the dog, possibly jerky. Remember?
Oh, yeah. Cookie, the dog. Yeah.
I have already told that story to multiple people. We're
really?
doing an episode with the story show guys, and it's gonna be hilarious. All right,
it's
stories of the week.
Every week, there are stories. These these are some of them.
At this rate, we're going to be done with this episode in about 5 minutes. We're blowing
already
through,
15
man. This is
minutes
good.
in. We're
This is
15
good.
minutes in. We got a lot to go.
High energy.
Yeah.
All right. Our first story. In a move that's being called unprecedented tyranny, Walmart is now requiring all shoppers to wear pants.
Pants. These are not my pants.
I don't know whose they are.
They smell a lot like Bobby's.
Because he likes to fart. That was pretty good, man. Takes reference in late 90s 5 Iron Frenzy bonus track. In the late 90s. Yeah, I said late 90s. On an EP of 5 Iron Frenzy.
I used to listen to those pants songs more than the album.
My wife says, like, Alexa, shuffle 5 Iron Frenzy. And then that'll come on, and she's like, skip.
Or there's always like the sandwiches. Remember that?
Everyone likes them.
Yeah.
Sandwiches.
Derailed.
Man.
Walmart. Pants.
I kind of wonder if 5 Iron Frenzy could have gotten huge if they weren't just weird.
Sometimes it works for people, though.
He just didn't care. You know, he wanted to be weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Walmart told everyone to wear masks in stores. And a lot of people were not happy about it.
Oh, okay. Because they like released a statement or whatever, like, you got to wear masks in Walmart.
I think they were one of the last major chains. They were like the last holdout.
Oh, really? And people really weren't doing it. They're like, yeah.
Walmart. I'm shopping at Walmart. Mm-hmm. So everyone's saying, I'm taking my business elsewhere.
Huh.
So here's my hot take.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of people say masks don't stop the spread, you know, at all. I think it's kind of self-evident that masks probably help some.
At least, like, if you sneeze
and you're standing there,
globs are not going to fly out and land on people.
But people will say, oh, well, the COVID-19 is small enough. It'll go through.
It's like a mosquito going through a chain link fence. That's what they tell me.
Yeah, but it's like, well, but not having a bunch of gunk on your face from someone sneezing on you is probably, you're a little less likely.
In some measurable way, I'm sure it must work in some measurable way.
It seems obvious to me. Like, I don't think you really...
So you're becoming pro-mask suddenly.
No.
You hate masks.
But I also think that most people are really bad with their mask wearing habits to where it probably negates a lot of the...
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what I read.
I'm bad. I'm terrible. That's how I know, because I go...
Yeah. You're not supposed to touch your face at all. You're supposed to completely have your hands perfectly washed every time you touch the mask. There's all these... And you're supposed to...
I never wash my mask.
Yeah.
You're supposed to wash it.
You're supposed to put new ones on constantly.
Yeah. I'm just not good at it. And I think most people aren't good at it.
I really do think the only use they have is that, like, maybe that, you know, you're not going to like sneeze a loogie and it's going to like smear all over the railing at the subway station or something.
Yeah, so it probably helps with some of that like substance spread. Mm-hmm. This is the medical term. And it's,
But that's also why that's one reason I hate mandatory stuff where they have to just do a one blanket thing. It's like, there are going to be situations you're in where, you know, there's nobody within 6 feet of you. I'm not going to wear a freaking mask. We're going to be outside in the hot sun. Everybody's walking around the park. I got to wear a mask. The sun kills it faster.
I think as a
keep it alive in here.
As a society, we really need to ostracize the people who wear masks in their cars.
Oh, yeah.
By themselves.
Well, the excuse for that is, though, they're like, they're the people who don't touch the mask. That's what I've seen people say. I was trying to figure out why.
So maybe we should either all do that or nobody do anything, because if we're not doing that, then who cares? Yeah. Do you have any weird Walmart stories? Walmart's a weird place.
I'm from a Walmart town where Walmart came in and most of the mom and pop shops, a lot of them kind of got shut down.
And everybody
embraced it. So like the weird thing is, though, it's a small town of like 20,000 people, but in a town that size, you generally see, anytime you go out, you see somebody you know. That's just how it is being in a small town. Walmart, it was weird. It was like this weird pocket where like I could go to Walmart and not know anybody that was there. It's just, the other thing is one of my friend Nordy, who's a total gun nut. If we were just sitting around, it was like 1 a.m. or something, or 2 a.m. He'd be like, want to go to Walmart? Like, look at guns, I guess. So that's what he liked to do at night. We just go to Walmart and he just liked to look at all the guns and then usually hit a fast food or something. But there's not a lot of stuff open late in a small town. So Walmart, they're open 24 hours in small towns.
I don't know if that one up by my house is still 24 hours, but I know when it was 24 hours, when I had to go, when my kids would get sick and I had to go get some medicine or something, it was always, I had to go there because that was the only 24-hour thing in the area. And you saw some personalities, man.
Oh, yeah.
Go to Walmart at 3 a.m. up there.
I do have one. I was at, this is not really a fitting, maybe. This is a multi-ethnic story. I was in a line at Walmart,
Good. We need more diversity on this podcast.
and there's a giant Mexican family in front of me. Like, there's kids, there's
Giant Mexicans
Ant.
or a lot of Mexicans.
tons of people, like just a whole crowd. They, like, everybody had left the house or more like the village, because it was like a ton of them.
They came up from a small village.
They
in
looked
Mexico.
very rural. Like, they had, like, they looked like they'd been working all day. And, like they had auntie with like her shawl type of thing. And then the guy looked like a farmer. And like they looked like a classic,
hardworking
Mexican family, right? They're all in line. I'm like, what is the event? They've all come to Walmart together for this event. And the man lays one item down on the line. It is a DVD of Bonanza. The old show. Like, they all came to Walmart. I don't know if he was like at home.
I really
like,
want to know what the story is.
the greatest TV show ever made is Bonanza. And it was like, we will go.
Children.
We will get it. Children.
Come.
So they go and they buy it, and everybody's just like,
Tonight
it's a huge
we
event.
ride.
It's like,
That's fantastic.
I loved it. I loved it. I loved being that excited about a DVD of Bonanza. It was like $1 bin DVD.
Yeah, I've seen the feces spread on the floor. I walked by an aisle once. It was a frozen food aisle. It was all coned off, and we're like, "Oh, we need to get our milk." And we go on, and there's just smeared. Like it's just like, I don't know if it was kid feces or adult feces or
You never know.
and it was smeared. Like
Or
someone
like
had
an
smeared
emu
it.
or something. You
It's
just
just like-
never know in Walmart.
I still have PTSD. I can't go to Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart in a small town is a little different to me than in a big city. It is still the more poor people. In a small town, everybody's poor. Like if you're from like a rural area, almost everybody. But it's a bit of a different culture. It's actually a little more. It's not. I don't know. It's Walmart out here. Since I moved here, it's a little more frightening. Like it's just like a weird like. I don't know. It's not. I don't know. Everything I say is going to sound bad. Walmart feels a little more like.
I like how you're gatekeeping the Walmart experience right now.
I'm just saying.
You haven't really been to Walmart.
Well, I went to small town.
Until you've been to
Walmart was
small
like
town.
a huge hub. So it's more like
It's the town center. And
yeah. So everybody's happy and like, hey, everybody, and we loved having a Walmart because we don't have a lot of big chains in our little city, and there's thankfulness. But in the city, Walmart is just like, I'm a Walmart person. Screw all y'all, and like I hate you, and we all hate each other, and there's anger at Walmart in the city.
everybody walking through Walmart. I hate you.
Hate my life.
I hate you too.
So I hate you too. Like you just get dirty looks from strangers. It might be because I only go at 2 a.m. because they're the only place open. So I've only seen the late night crowd of Walmart. Anyway, we've talked too much about Walmart.
All right, let's. And then I wanted to shout out to Jimmy Humphrey, one of our Babylon Bee subscribers, who submitted the idea that led to this. So
Okay.
good job, Jimmy.
Oh, and the joke is that people like to wear sweatpants and shorts and stuff at Walmart. Because when I read this, I was like, is that known that people just walk around in underwear?
Since explaining the joke always makes it funnier, I think yes, and then also just that people are weird at Walmart.
Or
Like,
Walmart,
people will walk in
I
with
guess
no
it would
shirt.
be accepted if somebody walked around in their tidy whities.
People will walk in like no shirt and just
Yeah.
It's kind of the people of Walmart. You ever see that website?
Oh, yeah. It's
Probably
glorious.
appealed to the worst part of our instincts, but
Yeah, it does.
it was fun to watch. All right, let's go on to our next story.
Nick Cannon, that mega famous person,
That
has
I just learned about.
Yeah. He has stepped down from his position as host of The Masked Singer, saying he doesn't know how to judge someone's singing voice without first seeing the color of their skin. The move comes just days after Cannon totally owned white people on his podcast, calling them sick animals and rotten little mountain people.
Did he say rotten little mountain people? I don't know.
I don't think that's an exact
I don't know who
quote.
wrote this. One of our writers wrote
Rotten
this. I
little
don't
mountain
remember.
people. It
I
was
didn't
something
Google
like
it.
that, though. Yeah, there's
Is it something weird like that? Savages. Hey, that last part of the story is mostly true. Cannon didn't quit Masked Singer, but he was fired by Viacom CBS for crazy anti-white, anti-Semitic comments.
So what's really weird to me about this is like what he's saying on race. If you purely are an evolution believing person,
It's fine to
it makes completely perfect sense.
totally
Right?
fine to believe if you believe
It
in
would be
evolution,
completely
right?
fine. It would be the most rational view on equality I've seen yet. Because you would have to have some distinctions
Like some people
and go
would be
some
more
races because they're raised in
evolved.
this way and raised in this way. All these races are different and unequal. The only way you get to actual intrinsic equality is if we were created by some god that had that in their mind when they did it. Like,
Yeah, didn't we have a Babylon Bee
Yeah,
story
we've been
about
down
like?
that.
No, didn't we have a story where it was like Democrats come out against equality because it's a Christian idea or something like that.
Probably. It sounds
There
like
was something
us.
like that, yeah. I don't remember if that was a Frank or who that was. But yeah, they are appropriating our idea of equality.
Yeah.
The Christian idea of
I
equality.
mean, he's just doing the flip of like, what was argued in the Senate for, I think our buddy was talking about last
Henry
night.
Clay, right?
Yeah, saying the blacks are less evolved, so that's why.
That was one of the main arguments for slavery.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe the original title of
Argued
Darwin's
in front
book.
of the U.S. Congress. Yeah. So Adam Ford seems to have started this Nick Cannon controversy. Our
Wow.
own Adam Ford of Babylon Bee fame, the guy you might miss.
The guy you miss who doesn't love us anymore.
And
He
he
ruined his website.
He tweeted out this. I forgot to ask him like how this came about, but he tweeted out this thing from Nick Cannon on his podcast, and it got 35,000 retweets.
Wow, that's pretty big.
That's like huge.
Twitter, in
viral.
Twitter numbers, that's massive.
In Twitter numbers, that's huge.
Because like
That's a viral status.
anything, even over a couple thousand's huge.
I-
on Twitter.
I-
Twitter's really hard unless you're the president.
I see people on there that'll get a couple hundred retweets, and then they'll
Yeah.
reply, "Oh, I didn't expect this to go so viral.
Yeah.
Check out my band on SoundCloud."
I think because Twitter users are more active than like if you get 30 shares on Facebook, you still might get a bunch of action on it. But if you get like
yeah,
300 shares on Twitter,
You're getting
everybody's
a lot of
commenting
comments.
and you're getting tons more interaction.
because it's easy to just fire off those little tweets. Yeah, so Adam Ford might have got someone canceled. I don't think he
I don't know
intended.
if it really counts as canceled if you're still on like a major TV show and you're the host of, with other celebrities.
Well, he got partially canceled,
Partial canceled.
but it sounded like he wasn't even canceled for the anti-white portion of his
yeah.
comments. They said for anti-Semitic comments because he had said something about the Jews.
Yeah, there's something about the Jews. I think that seems to be.
That's what people came.
I actually don't think he should be canceled. He can say whatever he wants.
But Nick Cannon said that white people are a little less closer to animals, the true savages, acting out of a deficiency. So the only way they can act is evil. I couldn't talk because I have a deficiency.
You have that white deficiency.
That white deficiency. Adam, what's your name? Dan, do you have the audio?
Oh, do we have it?
Then let's go to what it really is then. When we talk about the power of melanated people, when we talk about who we really are as guys and understanding that our melanin is so powerful and it connects us in a way that the reason why they fear black, the reason why they fear is because the lack that they have of it. So then when you see what, Dr. Francis C. Welsing talked about is that fear in that
just genetic annihilation
deficiency of when you have a person that has the lack of pigment, the lack of melanin, that they know that they will be annihilated. So therefore, however they got the power, they have the lack of compassion. That melanin comes with compassion. Melanin comes with soul that we call it soul. We soul brothers and sisters. That's the melanin that connects us. So the people that don't have it are a little, and I'm gonna say this carefully, are a little less, and where the term actually comes from, because I'm bringing it all the way back around to Minister Farrakhan, to where they may not have the compassion or the when they were sent to the mountains of Caucasus, when they didn't have the power of the sun, that the sun then started to deteriorate them. So then they're acting out of fear, they're acting out of low self-esteem, they're acting out of a deficiency. So therefore, the only way that they can act is evil. The only way they have to rob, steal, rape, kill, and
fight or flight.
In order to survive.
All right, that's enough.
Exactly.
So then these people who
that's enough of that. Yeah, I just wanted to get to that part where he says the only way they can act is evil. They have to.
Let's go a little far, right?
They have to peel. Like he says, I'm going to say this carefully.
I know.
White people are savages.
He works with all these white people on Masked Singer, right? So
that's what's so strange.
It is weird that you can just say that.
You believe that?
But once again, he's not calling for anybody to like do something. I don't like that view. I don't like it. But like, I don't. If he wants to talk crazy in a podcast about that stuff, whatever.
It's like, I don't really care.
Don't really care. And if his view is evolution, it makes perfect sense to me. He'd be going down that path. It should be explored. If you really think that, if you really want to go down the path of people's worth is based on their genetics and their DNA, like, all right, man. Okay, hopefully just talk your way down that path and don't start taking action.
It's true.
What about like the Congo? Where's all the joy and all the happy-go-lucky melanin people there.
It's the joy in the soul and the sun, brother. I don't know.
So, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, it's like if you're talking to someone like that and they're like, yeah, so, melanin is good. And you're like, yeah, brother, that's good. And he's like, melanin, it's where the joy comes from. It's where the soul comes from. Yeah,
Compassion.
Yeah. So if you don't have melanin, you're an evil mountain savage. And you're like, all right, have a good one, bro.
Yeah, later. Yeah, is he telling it to a white guy?
I do like that.
That.
I do find that connection hilarious that he is on The Masked Singer. And he's like, I could be standing next to a white person right now in this monster suit. And I wouldn't know.
You can see the moment they flip the mask off. He's like, no, a savage. They're still a monster.
They took off the monster suit, but the monster was inside.
The monster was inside you all along.
All right,
Story 3.
So we have some safety tips for you for this story. 10 safety tips for going back to church.
All right. Like during COVID.
Yeah. A lot of people getting to go back to church.
I've forgotten that church is a thing you can go back to and that'll ever happen again.
Unless you live in China or California, you've probably gone back to church now. So
we should start an outdoor California church.
Some of the things are doing like the
I'll just do it.
parking
Let's
lots
just go
and
out. We'll just find like an empty lot somewhere and just do something.
Let's do it. I'm down.
Let us know if you're in Inland Empire, people.
Let us know. We'll do a church service. Babylon Bee Church.
Yep.
Playing hooky was fun while it lasted, but it's time to get out of our pajamas and head back to church. But the deadly coronavirus is still out there. We won't have to worry about dying once it's gone, but as long as it's here, we need to put safety over other lesser things like liberty, life, property, and worship. So here are 10 great ways to stay safe when you go back to church. Do you have the list?
I do. I opened the wrong article on accident. I was like, man, are you saying this off the top of your head? Impressive.
Number 1, avoid sticking your entire face into the communion goblet. That's good. Good advice. Separate straws for
Confusing,
everyone.
yeah, because goblet makes you want to go gob, 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 gob.
It says goblet. You're like,
Yeah.
wait, it says goblet. I don't
Goblet.
know.
Gobble this.
Do you guys do the tiny plastic cups?
Do we? I think so.
I've been to churches that have done the goblet, and the like dip in the goblet, but I
We
don't
walk
think
up. I think. Oh yeah, I know that.
it's been so long since you've been to church. You just have no memory.
Well, yeah, because it's got to be the little cups.
Little cups.
Pretty sure.
All right.
It's been a while. Replace side hugs with more sanitary air hugs. So is that like the across the room, like you do like a Hadouken hug?
Something like that. No, side air hug.
Sorry, Dan.
You still have to side hug
Oh, it's a side
when
hug.
you air.
Yeah.
You're an airbender. Avatar reference. Number 3, make sure your kids don't eat the frosting off the donuts and then put them back. My son is notorious for doing this. He'll grab a donut from the box at church.
Yeah. Eat all the frosting. I'll put it back in. We're not highbrow enough to have donuts at our church, especially with frosting. You guys are. You go to some mega church or something?
No. I will say that
We have like stale bagels.
I will say the most disappointing thing is showing up to church and someone brought just like those little brownie cubes that are all stale, and you're like, instead of donuts.
We get day old bagels from the bagel shop, and they've cut them up into 4 pieces.
The fourths. It's always fourths. What is
the
that?
fourths? And so
Make
they're
them
very
last or
hard
something?
and rubbery, and then there's a bit of cream cheese, but there's never enough for everybody. So it's just mangled and just like it's everywhere, and like it's like
Disaster.
savages came through and tried to.
You should consider getting a
Sacrifice
new
it.
church.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're ever going to open again, so
That's
I might have
true.
to.
That's true.
That was a threat, church.
Listen up, church.
You'll lose your. Can you imagine your church without me in it, sitting in the back?
What a disaster that would be.
Staring at you. I also got hardly any sleep. I'm trying here. What
Ethan,
number are we on? 4?
So did you already pack your car for your vacation?
Yeah, I packed like all day yesterday.
Did you do? Are you the dad that does the Tetris, like get everything in?
I got one of those giant bags you put on top of the car. It's
Oh,
like
wow.
a car bag.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of camping, so I was like shoving and trying to fit it all in there. And then every time you shift it and try to zip it, you have to go all around the car, and it's an SUV, so I went up on top of it. And then I realized that I didn't do it right. I got to snap it all again, keep putting all this stuff in and moving it around, and
Disaster.
finally get in there perfect. And like, I will not open it until we arrive. I'm not touching it. Sorry for the derailment. Wear pants.
Wear pants.
I feel like we did that joke.
Oh, we did the Walmart one.
Yeah.
Oh, we did do another article about
Wearing pants.
wearing pants when you go back to church. Number 5, start talking about weird end times prophecies and Bible codes.
To scare people away.
That's the social distance. There was a guy at this church I went to, this old guy, and he would come up to me and say, Kyle, look at this. And he would show me some equation he had entered on his calculator. And he's like, if you add Isaiah chapter 66 to Numbers chapter 17, look what comes up. And I'm like, I don't know, 80,
Some
what
weird
is that,
number.
83?
To spell something out.
And he's like, 83. The number of years between the fall of Jericho and the whatever,
Okay.
I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
My dad was really into near-death experiences. He'd talk to like everybody he met about him, like for like an hour.
Did he
Some
have near-death
stranger.
experiences?
No, he'd
or
read about all.
just
So
read
then he'd
about
tell all these stories he'd read to people that had no. You could tell her like, that's cool that you believe in that.
it? So did he read? What was the big one with the kid that died and went to heaven?
Yeah, but he read a bunch of. He went deep. That was like mainstream. Anyway, yeah, we were on a time crunch on this show today. Start talk. Oh, you read that. When asked how you're doing during this unprecedented time of turmoil, just say, "Fine."
It's good. Eliminates all small talk.
Yeah, it's just what you do anyway at church.
Exactly. So now you just say fine. Still, Lysol spray the church greeters in the face.
Hi, welcome to North Point. Come here. That'd be fun anyway. Check if there are any state ordinances against singing. If so, sing louder.
We have a state order. I don't know if our state's the only one that is banned singing.
It seems so arbitrary.
And also singing off the
Singing.
table.
So, wow. This seems like a dig at churches, right?
Oh, it's totally.
Who else gets together and sings?
It just shows
And
me.
it
that-
is just churches, right?
It shows me that they're in such a bubble in Sacramento that someone suggested that idea and nobody was in the room that just said, you know what? We should probably not do that.
Yeah.
That's going to look bad. Number 9, reserve
don't
the
care.
pew seats around you using the time-honored method of setting church bulletins on them.
Yeah.
No one sits near you, you're good.
Yeah. The moment there's one page of it. That's why each church bulletin contains, hopefully a few pages because you need to like spread that out, claim your territory.
That's probably why.
The church bulletin is the equivalent of a dog urinating on something.
Mark your territory. Church dogs.
And if the worship leader tells you to greet those around you, shout, "You want grandma to die!"
You should probably do this even when there's no pandemic,
Yeah.
just to stop the greeting time. Well, if you have any great ways to stay safe during the pandemic, going back to church, just shout it right now at your podcast device or whatever. We won't hear you, but it'll be fun. All right, we're going to move on to our topic of the week.
And now, the Babylon Bee's topic of the week.
All right. Well, the Babylon Bee has been known to not just be funny, hilarious, but also to predict the future.
In a hilarious fashion.
Nostradamus
style.
Yeah.
A lot of times we write an article and then within months,
sometimes days,
weeks,
Yeah.
days,
It's
something
almost like-
very similar, eerily similar happens in the news. And we don't know if we're causing it
Yeah.
or if we just happen to predict it.
Our fingers are on the pulse.
Our fingers are on the pulse of modern culture. Seems like a bad Fox News podcast or something. I don't know.
It's not what James Lindsay said. He said, "You guys' fingers on the pulse."
You guys' fingers really on the pulse.
Yeah.
More than anybody.
Is it the correct fingers? I always get wrong which fingers it is.
Oh, are you supposed to put specific
I think
fingers
it's
on the
two
pulse?
fingers.
These two, yeah.
Because you can mess up if you just use one. It's like you might be feeling the finger's pulse.
So maybe that's why we're more on the ball than other satire sites.
They're
Using the
finger.
wrong fingers.
Yeah, or they're using their thumb.
Yeah.
Can't use your thumb.
Or they didn't even do it on the neck. They're like
Yeah.
on the wrong part of the body.
Wrong, all
entirely.
wrong.
Sad. Okay, so here's the first prophecy made on January 23rd, 2020. Dumb Ocasio-Cortez strangles herself tying her shoes because she's so stupid.
This is one of my favorite articles because
Frank,
we're really making fun of a lot of our readers with it.
we're
they
making fun
didn't
of the
get it.
very like anti-AOC.
The ones who purely come here for AOC hate. They're like, she's so ugly. She has teeth.
She looks like a donkey.
Yeah.
Ah, what a dummy.
I'm sure this guy's just a real charmer.
Whoever says that is always a very attractive person.
Yeah, it's always like the guy with the elastic band and the glasses, and it's just freaky looking.
Like of all the weird looking, ugly people in Washington, you're gonna go after AOC.
Yeah,
Come on.
I mean, it could be much worse. Come
on.
But yeah, so I purposely did the bad. I think we've talked about this one before.
So this was fulfilled, bizarrely enough, on February 6th, 2020, when AOC said, "It is a physical impossibility to lift yourself up by a bootstrap by your shoelaces. It's physically impossible."
You would strangle yourself.
It was just bizarre that we did this article about her not being able to tie her shoes, and then like a day later, she's like, "You can't tie your shoelaces."
Yeah, you can't just lift up yourself with your shoelaces. I've tried this.
Prophecy fulfilled.
It was like implied that she tried, and then she almost died.
Prophecy fulfilled.
Sorry,
I was trying to do like a really stamp. Okay. We need a stamp, Dan. Put a stamp on the screen.
Okay, this one was made on September 20th, 2019. Liberals clarify their racism actually just democratic racism. So then on December 28th, is this Karen Tumulty?
I think so.
She says, back when a racist photo first surfaced in his medical school yearbook, most Virginia lawmakers, our editorial page, and yours truly said, the Governor Northam should resign. We were wrong. So, in the opinion, he says, how Ralph Northam came back from the political dead.
Yeah, I think when the Northam stuff first came out, it was like, oh, he's got to resign. Everybody was calling on him to, and he was just like, nope.
Mm-hmm.
And then
just
they're
stood
like,
there.
A few months later, they're like, yeah, we were wrong.
We were wrong, yeah.
Prophecy fulfilled.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Prophecy number 3, made on December 23, 2019. Trump, I have done more for Christianity than Jesus.
He didn't really say that.
This was one that a lot of people thought was real, though. Yeah. And this was fulfilled on December 27th. 4 days later, he put on Instagram a photo that shows a picture of Jesus. And it says, Obama kicked me out. Trump invited me back.
Jesus looks like a male model, and he's got like 4 suitcases.
He's carrying a bunch of suitcases.
So he's clearly like a prima donna, and he has to have all these products. He's got one of them that has to be pure hair products.
Well, for his hair, yeah, and the beard oil and all of that. Yeah. Skin products. Prophecy fulfilled.
I'm catching on. Trump 2020 campaign, which was July 16th, 2019. Trump 2020 campaign to simply air unedited footage of Democrats talking. So, yeah, we're just going to make an ad of them talking. Fulfilled. We have a tweet from Ryan Saavedra that says, new RNC ad uses Democrats' own words on impeachment against them. So it's literally just a bunch of their words.
They just took a bunch of clips of Democrats talking and published it as an ad.
Yeah.
Which was exactly what
the joke was.
Prophecy fulfilled. Prophecy number 5, made on January 21st, 2020. New deadly or AR-16 introduced, which is an AR-15 wearing a MAGA hat.
That came true? I can't wait to see.
Well, not with the hat, but on February 1st, John Kerry said, no veteran would hunt with an AR-16.
Oh, yeah, because the joke was his AR-16.
That AR-16 was invented.
So he probably doesn't know about the features of those guns. That they have a MAGA hat on them.
But he did.
He would get it wrong. He'd call it a cap or something.
Prophecy fulfilled. I like how half-hearted you are in the prophecy fulfilled.
I know, you're really... I'm not used to you being so energetic. Prophecy number 6, made on... You're excited about prophesying. You have an inner like Pentecostal guy in you.
I guess.
Bloomberg purchases first supporter for $1.7 billion. That's the fake story.
That's a fake story.
Fulfilled on February 7, 2020. Michael Bloomberg has already burned through $300 million on television ads, boosting his late starting presidential campaign. Now he wants to pay social media influencers a flat $150 to say why they like Mike on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, literally a few days later, he started paying influencers. Like
he just looks up blue checks. He's like, "Hey, man, just say I love Mike."
Yeah,
Bloomberg. People
were posting these DMs, screenshots from hilarious. The Bloomberg campaign saying, "For $1,500,
it wasn't
post this picture?"
Quite as much. It was a $1.7 billion.
Sometimes prophecy's a little fuzzy. It's more of an art than a science.
The decimal point. That's a lot of times the scripture.
We just saw fuzzy 1.7 in the vision, and it was
there's a 1 and a 7. Yeah.
Well, we were close. Prophecy fulfilled. Prophecy number 7, made on February 7, 2019. Green New Deal promises energy-efficient gulags in every neighborhood. On January 14th of the following year, the Sanders campaign was caught talking about all the gulags that they were going to build. Sanders campaign organizer, free education gulags needed to re-educate you not to be an effing Nazi.
Yeah, they were talking about they weren't so bad, right? There's free healthcare or something like that, or reading, or I can't remember.
And the gulags, they were pretty good places.
They're pretty good.
And if we're gonna burn down the cities, and
Yeah,
we got to teach you not to be an effing Nazi. You got to go to the gulag. Prophecy fulfilled.
I can't keep up with you. Prophecy number 8, made on August 16th, 2018. Pope says he will address sex abuse scandal once he's finished talking about climate change. Fulfilled on August 27th.
So
Can you paraphrase that for me?
So they kind of confronted the Vatican and the Pope on the sex abuse scandal, and they were talking to Cardinal Theodore McCarrick. And he said, the Pope knows that we have a bigger agenda than the sex abuse thing. We have to speak about the environment, about the poor, and we have to reach out to people who are marginalized. We cannot be distracted.
Wow.
That's a pretty close prophecy.
Yeah.
As far as those go, that's pretty good.
He wasn't the Pope, but there's a funny hat of some kind.
There was a funny hat, and he's speaking for the Pope.
Some kind of robe.
So, prophecy
fulfilled. Prophecy number 9, made on March 25th, 2020. Pants sales plummet as everyone working from home. We're all working in our underwear.
This one was pretty incredible because Frank wrote this joke, and this is like literally 100% fulfillment.
Yeah, this is 100%. Amid coronavirus, Walmart says it's seeing increased sales of tops, but not bottoms.
A lot of jokes about Walmart and pants today.
So wait, so filled the next day?
It was one day later, Walmart announced that they had no pants sales.
So maybe it was all like subliminal. Like Frank went to Walmart and just didn't see a bunch of pants, or he saw an abundance of pants. I don't know. Yeah, no, that didn't make sense. Let's continue.
Prophecy fulfilled. You're so reluctant. Prophecy number 10, made on April 7th, 2020. Liberal treated with hydroxychloroquine hopes he still dies of COVID-19 to prove Trump is stupid. Fulfilled on April 13th. According to the Washington Examiner, Democrats are less willing to take hydroxychloroquine, the drug touted by real Donald Trump.
That is really silly.
53% of Republicans said they would take it, and just 18% of Democrats.
This will save your life. No.
Wait, that's the drug that Trump recommended.
Yeah. No, it probably tastes like Trump.
Well, guys, those are the 10 prophecies we had for you today.
That's just the beginning.
That's just
because I would like to throw in a bonus one.
Oh,
so we said squirrels are up to something.
Oh yeah, this was amazing.
And then like a week or two later, what? A squirrel was tested and had the bubonic plague. A squirrel. We picked any animal in the animal kingdom.
And I just want to say that we tried to warn you guys.
Yeah, we tried to warn you guys. What are they doing out there? How are they getting the bubonic plague? Are they anti-vaxxers? Are they injecting themselves with whoever they can find?
I thought the bubonic plague was gone. I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess
squirrels are bringing it back, so they're up to something.
The squirrels are up to something.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're going to go on to hate mail.
I really miss Adam Ford.
All right. So this is a very special hate mail segment because we have a song.
The guy wrote a song.
Someone was very... oh, sorry. I'm not supposed to play here. Someone was very triggered by the Babylon Bee and wrote the song. His name's Chris Creech. Can I say his name? Should I say his name? I don't know. But
he seems like he wants to be heard and seen. He's on YouTube singing, so...
Man, I never saw this. He wrote this on...
It's only like a week ago.
Well, it's uploaded on March 21st.
Oh.
Maybe just recently shared it or something?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I don't Google... what was I
don't Google
was searching,
angry songs about the Babylon
Well,
Bee.
I'd heard that Babylon Bee had been... Owen Benjamin was going off about us. And so I searched for it, and then I found this while I was searching for it.
Oh, so you found this.
He claims that we're stealing his jokes, and every joke he references is one you wrote. Do you know who Owen Benjamin is?
I did not until you showed me
this. Right? Exactly. And I knew. I'm like, Kyle doesn't even know who you are, Owen Benjamin. And I know who he is, and he actually is a hilarious comedian, but he's getting a little bit paranoid. A little paranoid. Keep writing great Jokes, Owen Benjamin.
We like you,
But
Owen.
not, I don't know, all the a little racist sometimes. Okay.
So let's listen to the
Let's
song.
listen to this song.
It's called Babylon Bee, Not Funny.
See the bait. Click the link. Try to unsee.
What?
Babylon Bee, not funny. It's just partisan manipulation.
It's pretty good.
Take a look, and you'll see. It's just all completely machination.
Machination.
Begins with a spin, traveling through a rabbit hole of garbage. All it does is
rabbit hole.
divide
Garbage.
and sow carnage. If you want to view bitterness, simply click a link and view it.
Can I get less guitar in my monitor?
Don't care who they hurt, they'll do it. Don't want to change the world, just how folks view it. And there is no site I know that has this much disrespect for others. It could
Really?
be
No site.
On the whole
worse
internet? Wow.
I think there's a few.
Just
Maybe.
read. You could be writing there instead.
Is that it? We're done?
It could have been much longer. I respect the
There was a couple
self-control.
of really good rhymes in there as far as parodies go, like Maganation,
Mega Nation.
the pure imagination from
Yeah.
Willy Wonka. What is it? Partisan manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty good to get that into
Yeah.
a song. We had to write that parody of the.
He
Let My
is
People
the
Go. It's
Weird
hard to do.
Al of people that hate the Babylon Bee. So that's a pretty niche group.
And we want to be clear. We don't want anyone to go pick on this guy
No, do not.
because we think it's hilarious.
Yeah, I like when like he. So okay, you person that is like you're at your keyboard. I'm gonna write a horrible comment to this guy. You're the problem.
You're the
This
problem.
guy is the solution. He's like, I want to write a horrible comment, but I'm going to get my guitar and be creative
Instead,
and do some work.
Boom.
And express myself in a unique way. So Chris Creech, was that his name?
yeah. I mean,
Hey, I don't expect everybody to like the Babylon Bee. I thank you for not liking us in a creative way.
I just thumbs up his video,
Nice.
so now he's got one thumbs up. And
You only got one?
yeah,
Oh, I better get
I
on
know
there.
it's not. I don't know. Maybe he uploaded it somewhere else, and this was just somewhere he dumped it. But
I'm clicking like right now.
anyway, are you going to click like too? So now we have two
It's
links.
done. Yep.
All right, good job, Chris. Go like Chris's video and subscribe to his channel.
Like and subscribe.
I think he wrote other parodies too.
All right.
I didn't look at them all. Okay, we're going to move on to our subscriber portion. So if you're a freeloading scumbag, you're out of here. The
Yeah.
rest of you,
Go away.
we are going to read, and we're going to listen to two
Okay, I like
voicemails
it.
that we got and respond. And we are going to eat grasshoppers
Chips
on the
made of
program.
insects. We talked about eating
Bugs.
that bugs could be made into chips. Somebody email is like, "Oh yeah, that exists. I'm going to send you some."
They're called chirps.
They're called chirps, and we're going to eat some chirps.
See how
We're
it is.
going to eat some chirps.
We're going to eat some chirps
Time to eat
in the
some chirps.
subscriber portion.
Yes.
Here we go.
Sure.
Everybody, I'll see you later.
Grr.
Remember to wear pants at Walmart and church
Yeah, when you're buying your Bonanza DVD.
when you're buying your
Homework.
bananas. All right. See you.
The rest of this podcast is in our super exclusive premium subscriber lounge. If you're not a Babylon Bee subscriber, go to babylonbee.com/plans for full-length ad-free podcasts, access to our headline forum, 20% off the items in the Babylon Bee store, a gift, and more. Please drop us a review on iTunes and share the podcast with a friend. Feedback and love mail go to podcast@babylonbee.com. Follow Ethan at AxeCop and Kyle at _Kyle_man on Twitter. Kyle Kyle and Ethan would like to thank Seth Dillon for paying the bills, Adam Ford for creating their job, the other writers for tirelessly pitching headlines, the subscribers, and you, the listener. Until next time, this is Dave D'Andrea, the voice of the Babylon Bee, reminding you to go forth and embrace old-fashioned things like woodworking with hand tools, ragtime jazz music, and being intellectually consistent in your views.